I am live and right on time, and it was 11 seconds at 11:11, right when I said that. So that is awesome. Let me turn this down. All right, welcome. I will give it a little bit and see who comes on. Today I'm going to do some healing for everybody. There is a focus of twin flames, but I want everybody to know that it's for everybody. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a twin flame or not. Today's healing is just truly for everybody. Considering that twin flames represent all of us, right? We all have a masculine and feminine either within us or outside of us. So we're all connected as well. And so it's, my throat is a little murky, excuse me. When I say twin flame, I don't want anybody to shy away. It is a profound healing that will affect you no matter who you are. Hello, Lisa. When I came on, my throat really started like closing up. I'm like, I don't know why. Let me just be present and clear it for a moment. All right, so I have some crystals. I've been talking a lot about Reiki and how I got a download of Reiki, and I'm just kind of integrating what I see when I channel healings, whatever comes through. Honestly, it's been everything, right? Expanding into all modalities. So everything is just coming through. I did a healing yesterday on Facebook, and I loved it. I loved the way it unfolded. It's like taking you through all of the layers, all of the layers that you are. So that's going to be today also, but a little bit different, right? Today's healing is going to be kind of a twin flame focus, but then we're also going to heal fear, ego components, that kind of stuff. Hi, Amy. Hi, Lisa. Hello. Yay. So it's going to be another healing. 222. I don't know why my throat is going wonky, you guys. I'm like, hold on. What the hell? Always right when I come live, right? So far, I've seen 11, 11, 11, 2, 2, 2, 2 throughout today's live, just since I clicked on. I have a message from Malachi. I have some cards as well because I want to pull a twin flame message. Now, keep in mind, twin flame stuff is for everybody. We are all connected. Adam and Eve, twin flames. Jesus and Mary Magdalene, twin flames. Sekhmet and Horus, twin flames. Twin flames reside within you or outside of you, right? That's the only difference. The only difference between twin flames and non-twin flames is your masculine and feminine becomes divided. It becomes a whole nother part of you walking outside of you. And it's quite a complex union and relationship and scenario. They're very high frequency things, right? It's like when we reach to soul mastery, those kinds of things. So they're twin flames. But even if you're not a quote unquote twin flame, you're affected by that. You're still a part of that. You're still a part of that energy. You have masculine and feminine within you, instead of represented split in two, right? And so it's important to understand that these healings, these messages are still a part of you. And we all need them. We all need them equally. Anytime something is going on with the masculine and feminine, the union of myself, the Jesus and Mary Magdalene relationship, unity and removal of that. And that's what happened. Adam and Eve, same with Sekhmet and Horus. It was always that divide, that ripping it apart. And with that, it shuts down a lot of our power, right? It takes away a lot of our power, because consider my masculine is walking around in another person, right? It's half my soul, twin souls. And there's the masculine component of him that is separate, but then there's also that connected state, that part of our soul that is one. And that's difficult. It can be quite a difficult thing, especially in my situation, since I became united with that soul. That really did happen. It's intense. Like, it's like what he said. It's like two people trying to steer the same ship. And it's kind of that way sometimes, right? Like, we are individuals and yet we are still very, very connected. So it's a journey. It is one that has to be done within you, right? Which is why when I see a lot of people who want to charge people to help them heal into their twin flame, that bothers me. I will never claim that. I will heal you to ascend. That's what I do. Ascension master, master healer. I will heal you for you. But I never ever, and Amy can probably vouch for this too, because she's a twin flame. Because that has to be something that's done within you. It has to be self-growth, self-worth, self-wholeness. And coming out of a broken world, we all have pieces to heal. We're all fragmented, right? And so it's a journey. It's a journey to wholeness. It's a journey to you. So anytime a twin flame stuff comes up, just know it should be about love, and self-growth and self-worth. Those are the main components. And it's been a painful journey. I'm not for all of us, because we're all connected, right? So anything that happens with those twin flames happens within you, no matter who you are. So Malachi came with a message. I'm going to pull some cards. We're going to do some healing, but I'm also going to do healing for everybody. Ego will be helping to be, I don't want to say torn down or removed, because that's a power thing too. But we're going to do some healing for ego removal, awareness, reckoning, calling our power back, and some fear and some other things. Okay. So again, this is not just for twin flames. It's for everybody, because it affects everybody. So know that when I say twin flames, everybody should receive, everybody should hear it. Because I guarantee you it could resonate with some part of you, right? Your masculine side, your feminine side, what they need to do can always resonate with all of us. It can be a great message, great healing. And that's the plan. So I hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday, right? Beautiful Sunday. I keep forgetting what day it is. I have beautiful crystals with us today. So I have my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new amethyst. I always want to botch. It's a chevron amethyst. And then I have two different kinds of selenite, honey selenite and salmon selenite. Then I have some desert rose. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Satan spar, whatever you want to call it. I have lots of things going on here. Oh yeah. And then my blue kyanite. I love this crystal too. So I will be using these in today's healing. Selenite, sorry. Desert rose selenite. Beautiful chevron amethyst. I love this new crystal. It's brand new, but I love it. The energy is so profound. It's a big punch in a small little crystal, right? It's not very small, but it's not very large for the energy that it's housing. This one as well, my blue kyanite, has a lot of energy and power behind it. All of these crystals are really good for, it's kind of a whole chakra base that I have going on here. Your root, sacral, your crown, love, heart, right? Heart healing, throat. This one actually really does well with the whole upper section of the body. And then I also have some clear quartz. So I've got the whole gamut today, and I've got my black sage. I have new black sage. So I'm going to light that too. So yeah, beautiful message coming and some healing. So bear with me. I'm going to light my sage. Here's my lighter. So if you guys are still with me, the numbers are jumping and wonky. How is your day going? How are you feeling with these energies? Let's talk about that. If you use the healing from yesterday too, how's that going? How did it feel, the healing on Facebook yesterday? This morning, I was seeing all kinds of bright light in my mind's eye. My third eye was just all lit up. I was like, woo, that's nice. That is nice. Now I just need to remove this other energy going on with the twin flames. Don't start a fire. Are y'all still here? Is there a delay? Did y'all leave? What's going on? I will be doing that one again. I couldn't be still through it. Gotcha. I enjoyed it. I felt it a lot. I felt it a lot. And then I have like all this congestion going on and clearing out happening. And then this morning, like I said, I could really see some vibrant light in my third eye. So it's nice and open. It was pure light. It was just beautiful. And you know how usually when you try to focus on that light, it'll disappear? Well, that one didn't disappear. It was just so bright and so vibrant. Extremely congested. Yeah, that's a good sign though. I am too. It's in my throat, my sinuses, my eyes. I'm like, I look like crap. I feel like crap, but that's okay. It's all a good purpose. Okay. So I'm just cleansing the energy as we're coming in because it is going to be a healing today. Okay. So keep that in mind. All you have to do to receive is just kind of follow. 11, 11, and 1 again. Just kind of follow along. Keep your feet on the floor. I do need your feet on the floor. It doesn't matter if you're inside or outside. Feet on the floor and palms facing up. And then you'll just kind of relax with me here in a moment when we get started in the healing. Again, it's for everybody. So whether or not you're a twin flame, please don't hesitate in this healing and these messages. It's for everybody. But there's a main focus also on the twin flames, but it's all in all of us. Okay. We're all a part of that twin flame energy and in love because we're all connected. We're all one. And that is the base of the new earth. It's love, unconditional love, all connectedness, understanding and support of one another, right? And understanding, you're so welcome, Amy, and understanding that we're all connected in the heart space through God. It's in the chaos of the mind is the shadow. That's where we're connected there through the shadow, and through God, it's in the heart. Okay. And so we just want to open that heart more and more and more and understand that we all affect each other. We all matter equally. Oh, yeah, we do. We all matter equally. We all have our own funk, excuse me, funk and muck. Well, that was a bad combination. Pardon me. So I think, just a little self-worth and clarity is a really big focus right now for everybody, but also in the twin flames, right? Because we're all connected. So hear me when I tell you, this truly is for everybody, but it has a focus on twin flames. The masculine, what that means is the masculine and feminine, and that's a part of all of us. So consider the masculine message, consider the feminine message, and where you're dominant in masculine and feminine energy. So even as a twin flame, one twin flame will be dominant in the feminine and one twin flame will be dominant in the masculine. I have seen masculines that are more on the feminine side. They can see where I can see. And then I've seen feminines who are also more on the masculine side. They can't see, when my DM can't see, and they can see what he can see, and so forth. And so we really, truly, truly are all connected. Okay. When one of us is suffering or hurting or whatever the case may be, it trickles down to everybody. Fear, there's a collective fear. Shadow, there's a collective shadow. And I talk about this, but I also healed it a lot for the earth and for mankind to do the same, because you have to do it through free will. So if everything was done for you, what is your sole purpose, right? And that kind of leads us into the message from Malachi today. Because he says we need to own our sovereignty. And what does that mean? That means your power, your authority, your command, your free will. Okay. And I was feeling that. I could sit here and continually go, why did the DM take his love away from me? The day he did that, I wasn't okay since then. Like, I really wasn't. It's like, what's the purpose? I get in that mentality. And that's the truth on the feminine side right now. And I'm like, wait, there's more to it than that. You know what I mean? That's blame. Why am I blaming him? There's his side, there's my side. We're connected on the inside, but that doesn't mean we're always clear on what's happening on that side. We have our own shit that we're dealing with. And this is kind of reflective in that is we need to own our own sovereignty, our own power, our own authority, and our own will. So there had to have been something in me that happened at the same time something in him happened. It's never just one-sided. It's that yin and yang. It's that balance. We're connected, especially probably extremely powerfully so, my DM and I, but all twin flames really are. And then the masculine and feminine within everybody affects each other. So where we're out of balance on one side, the other one's out of balance as well. Okay. If we're in fear on one side, it's affecting the opposite side in some way. It's making it feel some kind of way, right? If I need to detox, chances are the DM needs to detox. You know what I mean? And if I'm focused outward and I'm in blame, that means in some way he is too. It may not be exact though. It's a mirror. Remember, a reflection. Because in truth, everything in the world is a reflection of you. You can't see in somebody what's not already in you. And so the same with twin flames. Okay. If I'm seeing something and I'm sitting here going, oh, it's him. And why is he I'm like, wait, I need to look at what I'm doing, because that's going to make more sense. What am I doing? And that's can be harsh sometimes, you know, and we don't want to take that too far, because I have like, wait, I'm not good enough. Right. And so there has to be a balance in everything. There has to be a balance in everything. And that's where we want to be at, in self-love and in balance of the heart center, and not always focused outward, but focused inward. What am I doing to create the situation? What am I doing that's making me feel this way? What can I do to help the situation? Even if we never want to blame, right? And this is all in the energy for the twin flames, but for everybody. We do this to ourselves, we do it to each other, and we don't mean to. This is ego programming. It's outdated programming. We're never good enough. There's always fear. There's always all of these things. Even when we're good, there's something somewhere, right? There's always just something somewhere. And so owning our sovereignty talks about owning our power, our worth, our truth, our authority, our command of the world around us, our command of the situation at hand. I did something to help contribute. There's always that component. Okay. So self-reflections, self-truth, self-love only. And this is what Malachi said. Self-reflections, reflect truth and love only. Be proud of who you are. That's coming through here big time. Both sides, masculine and feminine. We have dual energies, masculine and feminine, okay? And both are responsible for certain things within our reality, regardless if you're a twin flame or not. So if you are dominant in the masculine side, it's responsible for certain things that are occurring within your reality, positive or negative. And same with on the feminine side. If something is off on the feminine side, or if it's in perfect reflection, whatever, it's responsible for a creation of other parts of your reality. Okay. Is this making sense? So they both matter. They're both profound. They both deserve equal attention, equal love, equal justifications. And where the world got really toxic and unwell and out of balance is the masculine and feminine energies. Okay. So it's a lot that we're trying to rise out of from an old world creation. And there has been a lot of resistance in the twin flame energy. And so people are going to feel that within them as well. All right. And I talk about this a lot. I've had 2 twin flames. All right. That's not normal. Those that went rose with me understand this. We've had 2 twin flames, and it's a lot of us to adjust to. It's felt throughout the collective soul, that transition. We need to reconnect to the new DM in a lot of ways, the Merkaba DNA activations, because it's real, and it didn't just affect me. It affects everybody. We all need to connect to him. And I've seen this time and time again on the Facebook healings recently, the 13 days that were free. We did healing and activations for the Merkaba with the new DNA. I just saw something. So we have to understand is that, the reason why sometimes we're having a hard time seeing clearly is because consider that's the eye of Horus and the eye of Ra. It's the balance of the masculine and the feminine. And when they're not aligned and together and in equal power, it's hard for us to be balanced in that way as well. And then it's hard for us to see. So then within our individual reality, we need to work harder at it. And we need to be truly balanced and high vibrational and doing the best that we can, because we are each other's guiding light. Okay. And when one of us is out of balance and not heart-centered, the other one is too. So within you, if your masculine is out of balance and not heart-centered, you're a little more egocentric, a little bit more logical than you balance with love. You know what I mean? It's going to affect you and the totality of you, because in these new energies, we have to be in balance. In the new earth is all about balance and heart-centered openness and in reality and clarity. And that is the eye of God. That's where we are connected through God. Okay. So the new earth is all about that. So again, these messages are twin flame based, but they're for everybody. This healing that we're going to do today is twin flame based, but it's for everybody. Yeah. And see, and that's what I find myself doing a lot. I'm going to be honest, because it's affecting the feminine side, what I'm doing. So I find myself judging. I find myself going, why did he take his love away? What did I do? So if either I'm judging myself or I'm judging him, right? But what does he know in that? It's still going to reflect through him in some way. Okay, so we have to understand that what we do affects everything. Everything. Your twin soul, the other side of you, the balance and nature of your reality. It affects all the energies around you. Okay. And what we do outside of God are really going to mess you up, because if we're not centered in the heart and through God, it's not the new earth at all. Right. So we're going to throw ourselves off. So we have don't judge and go where others will not go. See what others will not see. Resistance is there to distract you. Didn't I say there's a lot of resistance? So don't judge. What you see in others is a direct reflection of what is within you. One can't see something that is not within them to see, right? Hi, Roger. Hello. Doing fantastic. Doing some messages and some healing today. First off, so we're doing great. Go where others will not go. See what others will not see. Resistance is there to distract you. Okay. So where there is resistance, you might want to go. Go where others will not go. See what others will not see. So just because I'm seeing it, they're not seeing it, does not mean it's not my reality. Okay. We need to hold strong onto that, because I may have a different reality than this person. They may not be going where I'm going. Right. And so I need to not judge any situation. I need to not judge myself, because I will find myself judging myself. Then I'll find myself judging the situation, which in turn is like basically judging him. And I don't want to do that, because I don't know. I don't know his side. All I know is what's happening within me and what I feel within me. And so it's a very hard situation. We have to really, truly be I don't want to say self-centered, because that can be turned negative, but we need to be centered within the self, within our heart center. We need to be focused there. Am I in balance? Am I in a reflection of love? Okay. Number one. And if that answer is no, stop, drop, and roll. You know what I mean? Like there's a fire to put out. I need to cleanse this energy. I need to be in balance. I need to self-reflect. What's going on? What am I doing to create the situation? Because it's never anybody else's fault. There is no fault. We have to be careful with that, right? And so go where others will not go. See what others will not see. Resistance is there to distract you. All right. And then I got few other decks I need to pull from. And this is for the masculine and feminine, but in everybody, not just twin flames. Okay. It says twin flames healing, but it's also for everybody. It says twin flame message focus, but it's for everybody. Remember, we're all a part of the masculine and feminine. Okay. We are all part of it. We are all part of the journey. We are all part of the return of Christ. We are all part of it, and we all belong. And so it's up to us to understand this. It's up to us to realize we are all connected. We are all one. We all belong. We all affect each other. Okay. So we need to be careful with titles. We need to be careful with judgments. We need to go where others are not willing to go and see what others are not willing to see. Just because others say it's not so does not make it not so. Just because others say twin flames don't exist does not mean they don't exist. There's a huge imbalance in the world, and we're all trying to come out of that mental fog, that veil, the confusion, the lies, the pain that we've all endured. We all have endured. Let me say that again. We have all equally endured a lot of pain and suffering through what happened to earth, through what happened to God, through what happened to Jesus. But again, not just Jesus, right? Jesus and Mary met, Mary Magdalene, Adam and Eve, and Sekhmet and Horus, but even in our own lifetimes, in our own families, in our own relationships, and a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of division, a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of healing to do. So being gracious, reflecting love, being proud of who you are, being proud of all that you've accomplished, being proud to be here in these crazy times, being proud of being part of a change. This is also part of the message, okay? Own your path and purpose. Yesterday, I did the healing on Facebook that helped give you clarity in your path. So own your path and purpose. Ownership. What are you doing to create this situation? What are you doing to play into this energy? Because everything is a false facade until you make it your reality. Because you have power. You have authority over your life. You have authority over what is happening to you. You have your own power. And so we need to own our sovereignty. We need to own our power, our truth, our worth. We need to reflect inward. What am I doing to create this situation? What can I do to own my own truth? My path is this, and I need to be proud of my path, even if it's different than what others see to be true. This one is a Garden of Eden reflection. Okay. I need to stand strong in my truth, even if what I say to you may be crazy. Okay. Because my world may not be your world, or maybe my world needs to be cleared for you to see. It doesn't matter. What I need to worry about is, am I going where my heart guides me? Am I going to where my heart directs me to be? If I am not, then I am not aligned with God at this time. True God is found in the heart. Mysticism. That's what Jesus was. They named me Juniper Bloom Mystique. Took me a minute to put all that together too. Mystic is talking about God is within you. That's where we're connected. We're connected in the heart. That's spirituality. I have a soul. The elements, 5 of them, spirituality, soul, earth, wind, fire, water. You are part of the elements. You are part of the planets. You are part of the universe. You are a part of God. God is within. The shadow is the only thing that's in here. Not the only thing, but that's where it really connects with you, is in your head, not your heart. Okay. That's where they get you. That's where they keep you weak, is divided and in the heart, or out of the heart and in the head. So do your part, be in your heart, be open, and let it lead the way. If I can talk. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's see what this card says. You guys don't realize I'm like channeling. I'm just like free flowing here. But it's going off of Malachi's message too. And this is relevant for everybody, you guys. We have to own our own power. We can't like let the pack lead us. You know what I mean? We have to be led by our own authority, our own truth, our own power, and our own heart. And let nothing stop that. Let nothing take that apart from you or away from you. Truly, the new earth, ascension, means to rise in vibration. Some people literally think it means to ascend to God, right? Maybe why they think somebody's going to come out of the sky and be your savior, when in truth, they're already here. Okay. We need that. We need to connect to the heart. We need to connect to the heart, not the mind. Hang on here. There's a message coming through. It's foggy. Okay. So what I'm hearing here a lot is truth and self-worth, truth and self-worth, truth and self-worth, truth and self-worth. Why are you not worthy of what is true to you, even if it's not the same for everybody else? We're not all here to be equal, like in our path. We're here all to change the world. So why are we not in our own power, our own sovereignty? Why are you waiting for people who don't see your heart to lead your way, right? Because consider that the people next to me, they don't see all of my heart, and maybe that's just the way it is. Okay, I need to listen to my heart. Okay, we have here remember I said there's a twin flame focus, but consider this within yourself. You have masculine and feminine energies that can sometimes contrast. There's like they push each other away, right? They're so powerful, they can contrast. So it's hard to keep them in balance. It's like the magnets that you try to put together and they repel each other. There is that component, and we have the chaser. Okay, so there's the chaser. So in a twin flame union, one is always a chaser and one is always a runner. Usually the feminine energies, whoever is more dominant in the feminine is the chaser. And the runner is usually the DM. The masculine energies, right? Because they're just less emotional than the feminine side. They're more logical. So the chaser and codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. And this came up. So as I was channeling the Malachi's message, what came up was rejection. And I feel like this is, it's on both sides, but it's more dominant on the feminine. Okay. So we need to pay attention to the energy of rejection. And it can play out for you in different ways in your reality. You either fear rejection or you're dominant in rejection. Maybe you reject too many things, and maybe you fear rejection so much that you go into that self-negative, right? cycle, judgment. And so this is showing up in the energy, but especially dominant on the feminine. There is rejection here, and it needs to be healed. And then we have self-indulgence. What do we do to numb these things? Focus on self-worth. Didn't I say this? Time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Okay. So that was reflected in the message of Malachi. It truly was. Own your sovereignty, own your truth, own your worth, no matter who you are or what is playing out in your reality. Because it doesn't matter if you're a twin flame or not. We're all a part of that masculine and feminine energy. That's the yin and the yang, the sun and the moon, the earth, masculine and feminine. And that is where we got out of balance. And the earth became mucked, right? Because we're both equals. But it requires both energies to be in balance and in harmony. And that's the energy of Christ's return, you guys. That's what we need to match for the new earth. When we match that energy, when we're in balance from the heart space, and our vibration is just free. You know, that we release the shackles that bind deeper and deeper. We don't chase, we don't run. We are just there. We're happy, we're there, we're balanced, we're heart-centered. I can see clearly. I know when I need to do this, and I know when I need self-love, and I know when I can see 3333. When we get there, that is where everything is possible. Okay. That is what we need to get to within us. And that's how we affect each other. This is why they say to heal you, you heal others. Because this is where we're all connected. So the more we heal our heart, the more we own our truth, self-indulgence, right? I've been doing something to avoid. Maybe I don't feel worthy. Maybe I feel like I've been rejected already. Maybe I feel like I keep being rejected. So why do we keep going? There is rejection in the twin flames, isn't there? And no matter what, there's some form. It plays out in some way in your reality. Rejection of what? Rejection of truth, self-worth, trust. What is it we're rejecting and why? Why do I feel like I need to chase? I don't need to chase anything, because if I'm inward and I'm good and my worth is good and I bring it in, right? I call in everything that I am, my sovereignty, owning my power, owning my truth. So I need not be a chaser. I need chase nothing. What that means is I'm avoiding something within myself. and I get that clear image is when I'm running towards something, I'm obviously avoiding something within myself. And I think that thing is going to help me with whatever that is. And that's not the case. What we always need to do is focus inward. And I've been trying to help with that more. That's why I did the healing yesterday on Facebook, and I'm going to do a healing now. Because the more we can go in and just really, truly release these energies to understand what our emotions are saying, to make sure we're in balance inward, then our whole entire outer reality shifts into that as well. And that's where our focus should always be. If I am the best version of myself, then everybody around me can feel that and be a part of that too. And then we can all just love deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay. So understand that even if you're not a twin flame, the masculine in you is more logical. It's more competitive. Although as a female, I'm pretty damn competitive. So you can have that on both sides. But take the masculine traits and say, you know what? I am out of balance here and I am out of balance here. And then I want you to take the feminine traits and go, okay, I'm over emotional. It's okay to be emotional, but I need to have strength within that too. Like, how can I control these emotions more? What are they telling me? Right? It's not, I don't want to numb those emotions. I don't want to take anything to take them away. No, I want to dive into them. I need to reflect into them. I'm strong enough, right? I am strong. I am wonder. I am wonderment. And mental issues come a lot when we're outside of ourselves a lot trying to solve the issue. It's true. And that's why I did that video recently. Our emotions are so powerful. It runs chaos throughout our entire body. And if we get caught up in some emotions and some thoughts, and it's like this negative cycle, that's where depression is born and other issues, right? Or some of us were taught to never have emotions. There's like a whole gamut, and it is quite complex. But the main key is emotions. If I do not avoid my emotions, I do not take things to numb my emotions. I need to be clear of mind and body and soul. This way I can gather every little bit of information that I need so that I can do what I need to do to heal my soul. Okay? Because we're all powerful. Own your sovereignty. We are all powerful. We are all part of the same reflection, the same air, the same breath, the same heartbeat. And we need to understand that. And from there, healing begins. Okay. The dragonfly. It says, be lighthearted, finding out things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Okay. Be lighthearted when you understand. Be lighthearted about everything. So again, it's your fault. It's my fault. There should never be any blame. And that's a hard one to come out of. Some of us tend to blame ourselves 10 times more. And some of us, if we're honest, have a really hard time seeing what we've done to cause the situation. We're always looking outward. It's their fault. It's their fault. Right? If you're honest, there might be some of that in you, but first you have to be honest with yourself before you can change and heal. And then you have to go, okay, why do I do that? Right? Why do I do that? All right, so let's see what else this says, and then we'll get on to the healing. Yep. I like this. So we have building atoms, creation. You're creating your vortex. You're creating your reality. That is the new earth. You create your reality. You are responsible for every little component that's going on in your life. You have some responsibility. Okay. And we're all connected too. So you could take that further. Like, yeah, everything I do affects everybody around me it's like this energy, boom, boom, waves, right? So what can I do? What is in my power? Because then we also have power volcanoes. It's like owning your power and then unleashing and creating your reality the right way. Okay. And that's what we need to do for everybody, especially twin flames. We need to own our power. We need to understand that Maybe they don't see what I see. Maybe they don't feel what I feel. Maybe my reality is different than theirs, and that is okay. If I don't own my own power, my own reflection, my own truth, and stand my own ground and go where my heart guides me to go, nobody else will follow that I know. It's going to be harder for them too, right? Because we all affect each other. So what is happening with me is also happening within those that are connected. Okay. So what can I do in this moment in time? I can own my power, own my path, own my truth, and allow my heart to guide me and let go of what is not. So judgments, that's fear, ego. It's all kind of based in judgments. It means that we think we know what's going on. We always think that we have all the answers. We need to give our power to the energy and then allow that to create our reality, not the thoughts of creation. Okay, there's a difference. Our feelings, not necessarily our thoughts. So, like I might feel something from my DM and I don't understand it fully. And ever since something happened recently, I stopped feeling his love a lot. And that threw me into a very big vortex and probably stems in rejection, right? So that needs to be understood and healed in everybody from my side. I don't exactly know all of what's going on his side, except for I can tell what the message is saying. Okay, so focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Appreciate the self no matter what is going on. Do not be a chaser. Do not worry about the other side. That's codependence. You have everything you need within you, even if it's a difficult situation. Even if maybe you don't want to be alone anymore, even if you're tired. I can throw out so many things of negativity towards the twin flames, but that's not real. It's not where my heart is. It's not what my heart says. It's not the truth. That's from a wound. That's from a shadow piece, rejection. I need to own my own power. Nobody else is responsible for my happiness and my worth and my abilities and my choices but me. Okay? That's the message for twin flames. Now we're going to do some healing. I noticed we had a lot more people and they fell off. That's a bummer because it was a good message, and it's a harsh message sometimes, but it's truth. And again, it's for everybody, not just twin flames. All right, y'all ready for some healing? I am. So if you want the healing, just put your feet flat on the floor and your palms facing up. Okay. This is going to be a healing based off twin flames, but will affect everybody. Also, even if you're not a twin flame, I encourage you to join in because I'm going to remove fear and ego for everybody as well. Okay. Let's do this. Amy says, let's do this. All right. So I call on the creator of all that is and all the angels too. I've already lit my candle and I've already called them in prior, but I'm calling them in again. I put up the highest light of protections around us possible. So if you wish to join, I do need you to just put your feet on the floor and your palms facing up for receptive mode and just surrender. Just be present. You don't have to close your eyes. You can close your eyes, but I'm going to take you on a journey either way. So I just want you to relax. Calming your breath, using your breath throughout your body. Okay, so anything you feel in your body, I just want you to breathe into it for a moment. And then release any tension, any muck, any stagnancy that you might feel. Release it with your breath into the ground. So just drawing in what looks like light or energy. Some people feel energy. Some people see light. Whatever it is for you, draw it in with your breath. Focused in areas of the body and release it out to the earth. Down below. Already releasing, just doing that. So that is what I want you to do when needed throughout this journey. Listen to my voice. Calm your mind that way. Take your breath, draw in light to some area of the body, any area at all, and drop it down to the earth when you need to. And then just focusing on my words and the journey. Okay, that's all you got to do. And just receive. Just be open to receive. So I've called on the creator and the angels, any angels that wish to step forward to help you receive today or to bring clarity and healing to the twin flame journey. I welcome them. Excuse me. I do hear the energy of Sandalphon with the seraphim angel energy. Archangel Ariel is also here. Archangel Gabriel is also here. Zadkiel is here. Uriel is here. So we have quite a few joining us. We have a full house, I feel like. We truly do. Malachi. We have Athena here as well with Shakti energy. So Shakti is the embodiment of all goddess and God energy, right? Shakti. And so the embodiment of all goddesses and God energy, especially dominant on the goddess side. I feel like we just need a lot of love. We need some feminine balance. We need some feminine energy. We need some balance here. Excuse me. So Metatron is also coming in. So we just have a full house. A lot of angels joining us for this healing, this camaraderie, this connection. I told you I have lots of crystals here. So desert rose selenite is really good for camaraderie, connection, grounding, power, self-creativeness, self-worth, all of that. And then we also have salmon citrine, which helps with heart connectedness, openness, love, power, support, nurturement. And then we have honey selenite, same thing. Okay. A lot of power, a lot of sacral and solar plexus, nurturing, root chakra. Then we go up to the crown and the third eye energies too, and the throat. So we have all energies being supported. And I want you guys to feel that. Okay. Excuse me. Lots of burping for releasing. Forgive the burping. So all of these angels and energies present, I call in those that are with me now and that will partake in this later, to be able to receive fully, no matter what time or place or space you find this video in. It is timeless. I call in the energy of Father Sky and Mother Earth. I call in the energies of the pyramids to support and anchor us, but not to overwhelm. So those that can't fully receive that the whole way, it's just going to be balanced. It's going to be surrounding us, around us, and within to a degree if we can let it. Everything for peace and calmness, not overwhelming. Too much energies at once. We don't want either. We want this a nice, balanced, clear, peaceful healing. There's going to be a lot in this healing. It's twin flame focused, but please understand it's for everybody. Do not have to be a twin flame to partake. You are still a part of it. You are still connected. So I call in clarity into the heart space to the purest degree. So I'm bringing in like this ball of like a very beautiful pink and blue hue coloring. And I'm going to already begin by placing that into your heart. Excuse me. And I'm going to bring down this very beautiful, calming, healing light. It's white, but there's other reflections in it. So I see some blues and some pinks and some greens in here. A little bit of the ray energy, angel ray energy, just the rays of light coming down with this. So it's a mixture of all the lights, but white dominant. And it's coming down into your upper chakras, but also your auric energy. So your bubble, the energy around you first. And we're going to do a deep cleansing here. A deep cleansing of energy, any muck that doesn't belong. Archangel Michael is also coming in to help really, truly aid in this process for you if necessary. For all of us, myself included, he's saying. So all of us are going to receive from the angels as well. But we're clearing the bubble with light, divine light, angel rays. Angels are present. All of this healing and beauty and love and support. I feel like that's necessary. These keywords, healing and love and beauty and support, nurturing, being nurtured, being almost coddled individually. Okay. Helping to ease that codependent need of non-rejection. Like I need to feel that I'm worth something. And so that needs to be calmed. I need to find that within. I need to be strong no matter what is going on in my world around me. Crumbling does what good? Nothing, nothing at all. There's no need. So we need to just own that. We need to draw in every energy we have here to begin transmuting it. to begin transmuting all pain, all resistance, all everything, and turning it into beauty and resilience and nurturing and support, camaraderie in many ways. So I'm calling that in, and I'm drawing down this light in and around us as I'm beginning this journey today. But I'm also calling in the energies of the north, the east, the south, and the west back to the north in a complete anchored in dome of the highest love and light possible. Helping to adjust your equilibrium if necessary, because that's Revelations 21:13. So I readjusted the north, east, south, and the west, and I completed the energy of the west back to the north. So it's a full integrated healing journey, but also adjusted in the right areas. So if north was this way, it is now slightly this way. Does that make sense? We have changed the equilibrium of the earth and of all of us. So we need to adjust to that. So if anybody needs that adjustment, they are receiving it now. Yeah. And then I call in the energies of all the elements of the soul, the earth, so soil, and this includes even her greenery. I can smell flowers and grass, and calling in fire and water and wind, the creations of the earth around us, all of the elements activating within you, and all of the energy of the planetary ethereal activating and opening and awakening within your chakras. I'm calling that in right now for a full balanced healing. A full balanced, full bodied, full energy healing. All elements required being called in. Really deeply cleansing the aura. So I haven't even gone fully into your system yet. I'm just truthfully doing a very detailed detox of our aura, removing any energies that don't belong, any byproduct of the world around us that is just kind of stuck within our energy, any connections like vampiric energies, right? Just any energies that don't belong, any cords, any entities, any beings, because I see a lot of things, they're just all being removed. It doesn't matter. It's not limited. Removing everything that does not serve you, that is not called in by you from your aura. And as that's being done, I'm going to start calling our power back in the ways in which we give it away on a very detailed and deeply layered, expansive process through this healing, I should say. I'm going to do it a few times. So as it relates to giving our power away in our auric field and the outer energy, I'm calling it back in this layer. Purified and cleansed and whole. This includes clarity of the mind, I'm hearing. So we're calling this back to you, to all of us. I have like a crystal grid in my mind's eye, and it does reflect the crystals I have present with us. But I'm putting them into like this heart-shaped energetic vortex around us all, like a protection and a solid foundation for this healing. They're also calling it a portal healing. So we will be going through an energetic portal together. We need to gather the energy and kind of bring it together into this energetic vortex that we are currently in. That's what I'm hearing. So at this time, I'm going to do that. I'm going to gather all loose energies, all the loose energies. I'm just going to gather them in for strength and clarity and wholeness on an individual and a collective level. Twin flame based, but for everybody. So I hear it like some people pleasing energy, right? Like I'm a people pleaser. So I'm always worried about upsetting anybody, and I need to own my own sovereignty. I need to go where people aren't willing to go. I need to see what people aren't willing to see, and I need to do what is my path purpose, not necessarily what you think it should be, but what I know it to be. So calling all of this energy and power back to us now. And as I'm doing that, I'm able to really draw this light down now towards our crown chakra. And I'm going to hold it in the space of our crown chakra. So right above our skull. And I'm just going to really, really circulate this energy before I bring it all the way through. Excuse me. And I can feel that. And with that, I'm going to grab the kyanite crystal. And I'm going to pull in the energy of this to really help cleanse and purify the space above the crown. Excuse me. And so as I'm in this space, in the crown energy right above our head, I'm going to draw in the energy of the moon in balanced form on the left side. So the energy of Horus and Adam and Jesus, right? It's like all of the masculines, all of the divine masculine energy and power, the power of the moon to really draw it into the left side of our head, the left side of our energy, the left side of our crown energetic vortex, okay? And then on the right side, I'm pulling the energy of the sun, Mother Earth, and all the feminine aspect of the gods, okay? All of our feminine power, all of our feminine light into the right side. So that would be Eve, Mary Magdalene, Sekhmet, and every female component that exists in this world's energy, just all balancing it. Left masculine, right feminine, into the crown still, but also going into the head now. So I'm drawing this down together through the crown and into the brain area, into your head. And we're going to do a masculine and feminine balance and activation here. Before I even go any further, this is why we've cleansed the energy first, big time. So I can even feel it. So I'm taking all that blue, the energy, that masculine light, that masculine master power, all of it. I'm drawing all of it in with the moon, and I'm going to really cleanse the left side, the eye of Horus, half of the pineal gland, half of the pituitary gland, half of the hippocampus, half of every part of the left side of the creation of your brain, your crown, and now even going into your third eye. This will also go into the auditory canal and the eye of what they call Horus. Okay. And it's really cleansing and activating this within your brain. So where there might be DNA activations needed or required, you will receive those. And then same with the right side. And I'm going to focus on this for a minute. This is part of the healing today. We're bringing in the sun, okay, but also Mother Earth, energy of Mother Earth, nurturing. So it's really activating the sacral as well and the navel. But we're bringing in all of this goddess feminine energy and light into the right side. So the sun, the energy of Eve, the energy of Mary Magdalene, and the energy of Sekhmet, the energy of the feminine aspects of God and all of you, just like the masculine on the left side. And we're bringing it all into the eye of Ra, the right side, the activations in this eye, this clarity, this understanding, into the auditory canal, the crown, the third eye, this whole entire vortex. Coming in with that light and healing here. And so you have dual healing going on at the same time. It is two different power activations going into the left side and the right side. And so I'm going to take my time and really truly make sure they are activating and flowing in. And it truly is two separate light vortexes, two separate energies going into both sides of the head through the crown and coming down and activating and cleansing the correct correlated sides. The feminine is on the right and the masculine is on the left. So cleansing both. And whoa, I feel that. Woo! And all of your energy, we're cleansing both of these. And if you need assistance from the angels, they're here to support you and your guides. But this is the master energy. This is masculine, feminine, and master masculine energies, activations. This is true activations of the cortexes of the brain as well. And removing any fog, any detachment, any shadow components from both sides also. So I'm going to dive deep into these vortexes and remove shadow components. They reside in the ear, the third eye, the crown, anywhere in this area, and starting to also access a bit of the throat. And this has the moon and the sun energies. This has everything, all existence, including the energy of the stars, just like I did yesterday too. I've been dealing with those a lot. Very ethereal, expansive. This is also activating the left side of the hemisphere of the brain to the DM, because I told you we have a new one. So you need to connect with him just as much as I do for everybody to see clearly. It does take union and balance and clarity for everybody to see clearly. So we got to do our part. So I'm like drawing that central line as well for balance and flow through, right? So one side is masculine, one side is feminine, but we also need to correlate, work together, conjunct. So all of the energies should be able to mend and move and flow and dance. And so I'm doing that also. I'm removing any muck and any yuck that keeps any separation happening of these energies, these two contrasting energies, masculine and feminine vortex. Anything that helps block internal united flow, removing it from the left and the right hemisphere of your upper cortex, so your crown, your third eye, your ears, and even into your throat. Your eye of Horus and your eye of Ra activation within your pineal gland and your pituitary and your hypothalamus, all affected and all connected. Now I'm hearing grab clear quartz, so I'm going to do that. Providing clarity and activations for the mind. So I'm going to also grab the desert rose selenite and clear quartz. And this is going to help bring in more activations. Okay, so we're going to bring in some beautiful divine light healing activations into the Horus and the Ra cortex. Eye of Ra, eye of Horus. Sun and the moon, sun and the moon. So what I'm actually seeing, I wish I could show it to you all, is like light language writing. So it looks like a foreign language, almost like alien-esque writing. In the moon, there's like this masculine wording. And then in the sun, and it's a language. It's God's light, it's God's language, it's God activations. And so from the moon, it's going to connect with the eye of Horus and activate this language, this light. And from the sun, it's going to activate the eye of Ra. Okay, so I'm going to bring in these activations and I can feel it. It's weird. I can actually feel it on both sides of my head. It's almost like I think of like the Batman symbol, you know how you can look out and see but it's like this weird light activation. So whatever language is lighting up in the masculine moon, it's activating into the eye of Horus. And same with the sun. Okay, this is language of God, light language activation from the moon and the sun going in right now. And there's a lot of pressure by my ears, like right above my ears on both sides. I am feeling some stuff here. So we're just going to ease this. I'm going to calm the energy. Whoa. And then I see like these synapses forming and moving throughout the head. So it's reading everything. Whoa. And I feel it up into my forehead. This is insane. Whoo. And I see it going into the DM. I see it going into the masculine himself and myself and all of you. Whoa. And I'm really feeling it in my head. So just take a deep breath and release, keeping your feet on the floor, your palms facing up. And now I'm going to bring this light even further into the throat. So I'm going to hold on to my desert rose selenite and pull up the kyanite. to assist here, just to take it further. I'm bringing the light into your throat, and now I'm going to use the energy of the crystals to take it further throughout the layers, just activating and cleansing every layer we can. I'm going to also bring in a hertz frequency into the throat. So I'm hearing 375. I need to bring in the hertz frequency of 375 into the throat. And I hear it like like this beautiful humming vibration into the throat. So I'm going to bring that through and just gently cleanse the inside of the throat. And it's weird because I see like a orange hue glowing off of it, even though it's for the throat. That's the color I'm seeing off the vibration. It's like a nectar. It reminds me of the nectar and the honey and amber that I was using yesterday. Beautiful orange hue going into the throat. Self-love, self-worth, and power. It's just healing that connection to the throat is what I'm hearing. When I can feel the frequency, I can hear the frequency of the hertz going up into the right side of my throat, especially. Excuse me. I'm going to take it down further towards the bottom of the throat chakra. Now I'm going to expand the throat chakra out. I'm hearing the energies of Pluto are necessary. But there's 7D planetaries alignment that I need to bring into this throat chakra here. So there's just different, these are different planets. They're very large-esque. They're very, very large in energy. One has like this multicolor flow. It's quite beautiful. So we're doing a little bit of a universal expansion into the throat, expanding the planetary connections into the throat right now, because we have expanded into 7D. I've talked about that. If you watched the videos, I did bring in planets, like we're aligning with more planets. This is true. And so they need to activate within your energy. So in the throat, we are expanding into the new planetary alignments. Excuse me. Like a lot of giving my power away in my throat. A lot. And so I see like this tear in the outer wall of the throat. And so I'm going to heal that. Like an energetic tear. And I just leak a lot of power. I give a lot of my power away through my throat. So we're healing that. But I'm also going to start drawing up the fear body now, okay? So I'm going to start drawing it up, and I'm going to use the energy of the earth. So the elements of the soil, of water, and a little bit of fire to bring up through from the earth and into your body. And we're going to start to use this to draw out all fear and to calm and deactivate the ego. Okay, so I'm going to use the earth elements as I'm bringing down the light. The earth is going to draw those up, and we're going to start removing all fear within you. And it's going to be just a very calming activation, healing from the earth elements. Remember, they're all active in you. These all work through you. So you are a part of the earth. You are a part of the universe. And so it's expanding your connection into those elements on a 7D level, as well as the universe in a 7D level within your system. Okay. So it's quite complex. It's quite deep. This is also going into the thyroid. So I'm going to do some more thyroid healing here. Well, there's trauma in my thyroid. Oh, it hurts. Doing a deep cleansing vortex here for any medications, any substances, any muck within the body that just don't serve for these energies and these healings. I'm just going to like kind of burn them away in the energy. So I'm going to use the white flame to really, truly, deeply cleanse the entire thyroid and into the whole entire throat chakra. So your thyroid, but also your lymph nodes, your tonsils, your nostrils, all of it. Excuse me. And then deeply into the throat chakra, every bit of it. Just kind of using the white flame. It looks like I'm using a white candle, just like I did yesterday too. It's reflecting the same way. And I'm just burning it with this beautiful, gentle white flame throughout the entirety of the whole throat cortex. So this is physical to spiritual. And then I'm bringing in the Hertz frequency of 675 deep into the throat cortex. So this would be the voice box. I'm also doing a little healing on the eyes. Remember, this is everybody, but also twin flames. So we've got a lot going on here. Excuse me. And then as I'm doing that, it's starting now to seep down into the heart, but I'm also going back to the crown for a moment just to remove any more muck in our mental vortex. So bringing clarity to the mind, helping again to clear the way to our path. Just like I did yesterday on Facebook, here's another opportunity to do that. Just clearing our connection to our higher self, to the divine, and to see our path clearly. I need to bring another layer of healing here. If your first one at all, I don't know, but I need to do this. Just really, and I can feel this energy, just movement from my forehead to my crown, to the top of my head area, right? And then going out, and I'm just bringing connection to the ethereal, to the elements, to the spirits, to your higher self. It's not limited, really. And then into your path ahead. What is the most proper understanding of your purpose, your path? What is your next steps? Okay, now here comes a little bit more light language into the crown. Now keep in mind, these are activations of God. They're very high vibrational cortex activations. This language will be felt more and more in your heart as you cleanse and open that path. So now we're flooding into the heart space with all the lights from above that I've been bringing down, filled with so much love. Now I'm feeling a lot of Shakti energy coming in here. Just a lot of goddess love. I need a lot of love to the heart space. So now I'm going to grab a different crystal. This one will be the salmon selenite to help open up deep layers. And again, the amethyst. Deep, deep layers. Now we're working through the entire cortex still. So if I go back and forth, I don't cut anything off. Everything I've already touched is still open and remains active and healing. Okay. But as I'm going into the heart, I need to bring some healing here to the bone structure. So somebody's rib cage, collarbones, and into the neck. I need a little bit of adjustment to my structure of my skeletal system and a little bit of detoxing within the muscles. Excuse me. So I'm going to draw in the light. The crystals aren't really necessary for this. I need the light. And I need to draw it in deep into the tissues of the muscles. I even hear like trapeze muscles. I need to go deep within the muscular system here through the heart area. So I'm more towards focus there, but I need to go into all these muscles that I'm feeling into here. So our body, we hold emotions in very strange ways, right? Emotions that get stuck create stuck energy throughout our system. But there's different levels to this in the muscles. It's not just emotions. There's also some toxicity, waste from our environment, foods, the airs, different things like that. And so I'm doing a multi-layered detox of the muscles, emotions to toxins. Please drink lots of water. This is like a deep tissue massage. And if you don't drink water, you could feel like you have the flu. So I'm deeply releasing toxins, almost from the spinal column out, through the upper back, into the neck, and even into the brain stem. I have to remove toxins right now, so that's what I'm moving. And then into the skeletal system, especially on the front side. So my rib cage, my collarbones, and then the skeletal system in my neck. I'm removing a lot of toxins right now. Remember to breathe. So just take a deep breath in and release. Making sure your feet are still connected to the ground and your palms are still relaxed and facing up. Breathing in this moment, breathing out the energy here. Give yourself permission to set these deep emotions free. So there's some really deep emotions hidden deep into the spinal column, through the muscular system here. So they're very deep. These can be trauma-filled, something that hurt deep, right? It's just very deep emotions that are trapped that I'm going to release at this time. So just try to relax your shoulders. That's what I'm hearing. And relax your neck and give yourself permission to set them free. I almost see it like little bubbles of light, just drawing them out and allowing them released from the system. I'm using light and I'm coming in through the heart, but I'm drawing out through the muscular system and then a little bit into the skeletal system. These are deep, trapped emotions. Okay, so I'm hearing of rejection as well, and then fear and ego-related stuff. So these are deep. There's a lot of judgments here as well that I'm deep diving into releasing. So the way we're releasing this one is going through the heart chakra, but then it's going into the spine, and then it's coming out of the muscles and the tissues and the skeletal system. So this is very deep physical self-releasing as well. Okay. I'm taking it deep into the structures of the self. It's very layered all at once. So understand this. Let it go, though. Just give yourself permission to let it go. And then I'm bringing in such grace and ease with this release. So I'm calming it with the water. Just bringing in beautiful calming water. Like rain, little soft raindrops coming into the heart and deep into the muscle and tissues. So as I'm going to still continue releasing through that area. Whew, my heart like skipped a beat. So I'm going to put a little focus into the heart chakra here, bringing down those activations that we've already been bringing in, especially from the moon and the sun, Horus and Ra energies, masculine and feminine activations, and balancing going into the heart. And then we're going to trickle those to the Merkaba. Through the heart, it's going to go to the Merkaba. So I can see a line from the moon to the left side of the body, down through the heart and out into your Merkaba, into the top half, because that's the masculine. And then I see the activations from the sun and the feminine gods energy. Going through the eye of Ra, through the heart and out into the Merkaba. The bottom cortex of the Merkaba is the feminine side, and the top is the masculine. And so this is going to help you see clearly, hear clearly, feel clearly, and be clear and balanced and connected to God, to the divine, to the masculine half of you. So this is affecting everybody, both sides, okay? Just I hope you understand that. It's not just a twin flame healing. It's everything and everyone. And so with the deep tissue, the skeletal healing, the heart chakra, I'm going to now combine it all and really detox here through the whole entire system, even into the heart and the lungs and up into the throat even more on a very deep level. So we're going to remove any heavy metals from the system I'm hearing. I need to remove some of those. Spores just from like different molds or even dust spores. I need to remove those from the lungs here for everybody. Just we need fresh air. And that's going to reach up into the sinus cavity too. And in my ears. Oh, and then in my ears, there's a lot of pollutants. So I'm seeing lower vibrational frequencies entering in my ears a lot. And so I'm just going to cleanse those out from deep into the auditory canal vortex and chakras there. And then deep layers of fear. So we're going to go into the brain here, the ears, the crown, third eye, throat, heart, and we're going to release all fear. Lower vibrational stuff too. So I almost see like horror movies and just we're surrounded with such negativity, such lower vibrations, and this need to have fear. That's what it's like this programming. So this is a matrix level. This is a matrix programming. It's a shackle that binds. And we're going to really undo this from all of your energy, from the heart up. Fear, ego, confusion, mistrust, judgments, all these negative, lower vibrational energies. I'm detaching them. It's almost like unprogramming. That's a really good way, but it's quite complex. So I kind of see it as like numbers, but I also kind of see it as energies intertwining with yours that I need to undo. So I'm seeing every layer, not just one. And I'm just untwining it, unwinding it, unconnecting it. I'm going to take this deeper. I'm going to pull in this energy even more. Just really connecting you up to the divine, to your higher self, from the heart up, like this line, this white light line, just going all the way up and connecting you to your higher self, the divine, but clearing all the entire path up to give you clarity and focus and power and balance and trust. And then we're going to take another deeper healing here into rejection, abandonment, fear, disdain, that codependent reality, undoing the need of that, undoing the fear of loneliness, undoing the separation of time here. Everything is now. Everything is now here. Just be present now here. So we're undoing the need for time, for going forward or backward or thinking ahead, just to be present in the now. And then with that is more fear. There was fear hidden here. And so I'm drawing out deep layers of fear here. This is deep through the heart, but also deeper into the solar plexus. And never mind my dog. Ooh, I just got a song as I did this. If you believe they put a man on the moon. No, I feel like that's from the DM side. I feel like I've heard that song from my DM before. If you believe they put a man on the moon. So if you know the truth of what happened. So as I'm in the heart, going down into the solar plexus, I'm tapping into the shadow component here. Okay. There's, on the return of Christ, been a lot of darkness to the moon. A lot of darkness and manipulation to the moon, some to the sun. But I spent months healing the moon. Months. It's true. Some of it is on my channel, but there's a lot more in the path. So this is reflecting as I went into this time healing of the heart, this deep healing here. I'm tuning into that song. If you believe they put a man on the moon. Now, they lied to you, but it's not to say they didn't have energies at the moon, because there was something there. In a lot of the healings that I've done, I've undone their manipulation and control of the moon, but it shortened our lifespan. It messed with our equilibrium. It messed with our understanding of the world around us. It confused us and it hurt us deeply. And this is reflecting here. This is deep fear wounds. This is deep wounds hidden deep inside this vortex of the heart. It kind of expands into the solar plexus, and it has to do with this false concept of time. Okay, so I'm healing this. I'm going to draw this out all the way through, and I'm using still the energy of the full moon, because that is still present, and the energy of the sun, balanced and healed and all darkness removed. Okay, so this is deep. This is a deep shadow component. You guys, it's lighting up the Horus cortex, like the whole left side of the masculine. This is deep into the heart. This is a deep shadow component. My DM, it's like just weeping tears, just releasing all these emotions. It's just like I feel like I'm weeping on the masculine side, just everything that was done to me. I'm processing all of those deaths and that detriment and the damage to the moon. Excuse me. And I keep hearing that song. If you believe they put a man on the moon. I don't know that whole song, but that's the line I keep hearing. Oh, they messed with the moon. That's why I kept trying to tell you about the Truman Show, all of that stuff. The first one I did, I said, if they listen in again, your ears are going to bleed. So they were listening to you through the moon somehow, through these satellites. You were absolutely being controlled and manipulated and bound through those ties. And I'm undoing them now. It's like, and for the DM, I'm truly just going to provide this ball of beautiful healing here in the DM side, into the heart. Just so much healing and love and support and validation. So lots of green, like beautiful emerald and jasmine energy going in here as well. And the energy of malachite. So I'm drawing in the energy of malachite into the heart, deep into the heart. And then a beautiful vibration. So there's a few different vibrations here. There's 222 hertz, 765 hertz, and 322. Right into the heart here. Beautiful. Now I'm going to draw everything down into the solar plexus. Opening up to the vast array of the yellow field of the energy of the solar plexus. I need to put down the crystals I'm hearing, so I'm going to do that. And here I'm just going to draw in the sun a lot for a moment. So the energy, the flames, the fire, the love, the power of the eye of Ra and the sun into the solar plexus, and some golden nectar, some amber. It looks like honey here. I'm going to really pour all of this into the solar plexus as I draw down all the light that we've been working with and through into the solar plexus. Keep your feet on the floor and calm your energy. There is nothing that should take you out of this moment. You are safe. The world is calm around you. So I'm sending this energy of calmness into your world, into your reality, removing any distractions. And in that vortex, there's fear. So I'm removing fear from the solar plexus out. Deep fear. Excuse me. I'm calling in love. Deep layers of love into the solar plexus. Just like this beautiful ball of yellow guiding light and love into the solar plexus. And I'm drawing in the soil of the earth here a lot. And her fire, her power, her passion into your solar plexus. So this is a yellowish, orangish, red fire flame coming up into the solar plexus with the energy of the sun. And all the light that I've been drawing down of the moon and the sun going into the solar plexus. Now I need to feel into the solar plexus here. There's some murky, some shadow component, and like I would say like the left back portion of the solar plexus sphere, because there's no corners, but I always say left back corner. So it's like on the just part of the solar plexus. I need to remove some shadow energy. It's very dark. It's very shadowy. And then it's moving. So it's moving as I'm trying to draw it out. So bear with me. It moved towards the navel now side. I can feel a lot of pressure all of a sudden in the front side. So I'm afraid to be vulnerable. I'm afraid to put myself out there and be rejected. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of that I'm not worthy. That I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy, that I've already, what's my purpose? This is where I'm hearing here is in the solar plexus. This is what's coming out. These are the emotions that are coming out here. I'm just like, I feel not worthy. I feel like I don't know where to go. I feel like I don't know what direction to take. I feel like I feel lost. Almost like I need a map. And so I see like this clarity of a map and a compass, and I'm redirecting the compass. So again, I'm turning the compass inward, and I'm cleansing the map, the directional course. Like I feel like I'm cleansing it. I'm removing some debris that got on my path in the solar plexus here. And then again, the white flame, like a candle, I'm taking to this area, and I'm burning away within the solar plexus all this muck, any debris. So I just want you to take a deep breath here and release. Feel your feet on the floor, reconnecting you to the earth, drawing a line nice and tight into the earth here. So I'm grounding your solar plexus specifically. So I'm kind of taking this beautiful cord from the solar plexus down your feet and into the earth. And we're going to ground it with the tree roots and the balance of the crystalline grid. And so the flower of life activation through that and into the solar plexus. And then there's a matrix grid wall in the solar plexus that I'm going to undo. And then I'm putting more water and love into the heart space where we went and we undid that shadow healing there. And that's tying down into the solar plexus. So here again, if you believe we put a man on the moon. So there's more moon shadow here in the solar plexus I need to remove. And I feel it big time. There's like regret. Oh man, I keep giving my power away there too. Like I'm super drained in my solar plexus here. And I keep hearing that song. So it's a big shadow component here. Like I feel regret. I feel not worthy. I feel like I don't like my own reflection. These energies are in the solar plexus that I'm removing and healing. And there's a lot of fear. So I'm going into this deep space within the solar plexus, kind of down at the bottom towards the back side of the solar plexus in your body. Oh my gosh. And I feel that into my spine. That is insane. So I just felt this surge of energy just shoot to the back side and it's starting to go like right up my spine area. It's painful. It went from in my solar plexus and it shot to the bones, like in my spine and my back. Like I have this, I wanted to say I've been stabbed in the back, but I don't see that. I feel like it's like remnants of it. Like I've been stabbed in the back and I'm removing all of this wounds, but I also feel like there's a gaping hole in my backside. Like I'm just leaking energy here. Like I keep my wounds, like my wounds are raw and they're at the surface. I feel, oh, and now I have ringing in my ear. So Malachi is coming in here and he's putting blue light in the backside. And Archangel Gabriel is coming in and he's putting golden light in our third eye. There's some pain in my back. Hang on. That became very intense. I don't know what this is. This is new. Hang on. I need to feel into that pain. I'm tuning deeply. I need to tune deeply into this pain. It's like deep hidden wounds that just shot through my solar plexus and into my spinal column and my back side. Literally feel it in my vertebrae. Like almost like an air bubble just shot in between two vertebrae. Like I don't know how else to explain this feeling. It's very uncomfortable. It's hard to breathe into. And as I just feel a lot of emotions, a lot of deep hidden trauma, a deep hidden trauma release. And I knew my blue kyanite to help too. And I have tears in my eyes right now. It gets intense. This is layered trauma. So from physical to emotional to past life to this life. And then I even hear the moon. So this is a deep hidden release that I didn't see coming. It's attached to multiple things, especially the moon energy, the moon wound, the moon shadow. And it's like a domino effect, right? It creates other shadows underneath. Other traumas in our life to even physical ones. So from like a jarring to like a fall or a car, I'm very dizzy. Even a car accident, like it's like I feel a lot of pain here. And I'm very dizzy. And it's into my lower lumbar region, but kind of middle, right? Almost like where my right kidney would be. It came from my solar plexus and it shot right into my spine. Oh, and I just need to sit with it for a moment. I feel like I'm going to throw up. I feel lots of things. I feel extremely dizzy. You guys, I even feel it into my jaw. This is insane. This is overwhelmingly insane. And a lot of chills on my left side. So I feel like this is definitely masculine based. I'm nauseous. In my head, I feel it into my crown. You guys, this is a deep hidden release of the moon. So this is important. It's more important than we knew. Oh, and I feel that into my third eye and crown as well. This has to do with the time vortex too. So I keep going into rewinding time. If you believe we put a man on the moon, they did a lot of damage with the moon, with Horus's death, and the rebirth and all of that being undone. I'm getting a lot of chills. This is very emotional. deep past life, deep trauma, even from this life. It's all layered here. And it's coming through the backside at the bottom of the solar plexus area. But it's also affecting my crown, my third eye, my back, my spine, and even into my ears and my head. And here's Malachi again with more blue light going into our spinal area. You guys, this is deep trauma release. Nikes. So I feel it rising from the bottom of my spine now and up. It's like coming out of this hole in the back. I need to release it here. Oh my gosh, there's so much regret and turmoil. And I feel like a horrible person that's coming out in these energies. I'm not saying that for me. This is what we're healing. This is what we're releasing. And I do feel like it's on the masculine side. Like I'm so just processing a lot at one time. That's a really good way to put it. And I got chills when I said that. And I need to just pull out all of this shadow energy. It's like this nasty shadow component that went in through the backside here. And I'm pulling it out in the way that it entered. And so it's on the lower backside of my solar plexus. And it hurts. Like it really hurts. And I can't stop until that's gone. But I'm like pulling out all of this energy. It's just darkness. It's shadow. There's a lot of pain here. And I keep hearing the man on the moon. This has to do with the moon. This has to do with the moon shadow component of the collective that creates individual shadows. This is deep releasing. Masculine and feminine shadow release, but through all of us. It's very important. This is going to also help provide clarity into the world around you. It's going to help you see the Horus activations and the shadow of the moon being removed. You'll be able to see clearly to the masculine side. So this is a balance in clarity, a balance in perspective, a balance in understanding, a balance in path alignment, and a removing of that shadow component in a very deep layer. And so I feel the pain lessening, but it's kind of moving to my right side. So it's also a shadow that affects the feminine side. Self-worth on the feminine side, big time here through this. Self-worth, rejection, loneliness, and fear. And some anger. Yeah. This is coming out of like the kidney area, like the backside of the solar plexus. And as I'm doing that, I'm able to bring in some light codes into the solar plexus now. And then I'm starting to draw down from the solar plexus as well towards the navel and the sacral to get it all done and into the root. And again, I'm removing the shadow components out of all of those, of that false time anchor from the moon, the manipulation, the control, and the false time out of us through this moon. But that also makes sense too, because the Incas and the Mayans were reborn with this moon. So there's a huge shadow release with this moon. And then more balance down into the sacral and into the root and the solar plexus as well. But it's like a line of balance of masculine and feminine. And I can feel that. And the pain is going away. It feels very heightened. It's a good thing I can say. Almost like when you get a cast taken off. It feels very foreign right now in my backside. So I'm still in that area, providing a lot of healing release through that wound. It's almost like kind of like a tentacle of darkness pierced through the backside into the solar plexus. And it was part of that like puppet control of the moon and the false concept of time. They did a lot of damage to the entire collective soul. And so as we rise, there's a lot of trauma coming through here too, I see. So we're removing all of that. By the way, blue kyanite helps to remove past and trauma and a lot of stuck energies. And so it makes sense to why they had me grab that. I see it a lot. I see the blue hue and I see the moon energy coming through this backside of the solar plexus. And I'm drawing down now all the way through to the root. You are grounded through the solar plexus. So we're moving all these equal shadow components through the sacral and into the root as well, and the navel. So I'm going to draw down all this light through the bottom chakras, balancing the masculine and feminine, removing any debris. The eye of Ra really going into the sacral and the root. And then the eye of Horus, activations and awakening and balance. The energy of the Merkaba tying in with the sacral and the root as well. And I see like this vroom, swirling of light going through my third eye. So I'm going to also draw up the crystalline grid from the earth into our chakras in a balanced vortex, completion flow. Now I'm putting like a baseline protection of mirrors so that we can reflect. We can see truths. We can see the reflections correctly. And we can keep things to a loving component of healing. So I feel like I'm now with the colors of yellow and orange, and I'm just reflecting those inside and out. I'm drawing a line of yellow and orange, kind of like nectar, like the honey that I've been working with. And I'm drawing it up through the center line and out until you're glowing yellow and orange. Kind of like amber, this beautiful nectar of amber. It looks like, but in honey form, it's liquidy form. And you're going to glow this hue. It's very important right now. And I don't know why, but it is. So we're going with it to help with clarity, to help with these incoming energies, the balance, the shift in timeline. It's like this beautiful energy of protection and love and warmth. And it holds us together. It's the nectar that binds through love, through wonderment, through clarity, through joy. And in that nectar, in that bubble, I'm placing a vibration, 215 hertz. And that vibration right now is going to surround you in this bubble of healing nectar light. So an orange yellow glow of 215 hertz. And so your whole entire cortex is getting that vibration. And just take a deep breath. And out. Now, I see like a circle around you and like the yin and the yang. And so I'm making sure the sun and the moon are aligned perfectly throughout your whole center line. In complete balance and masculine and feminine, power and warmth of love and strength. All of you balanced and aligned, and the energy of Shakti and Shiva, all of this beautiful God and goddess energy and activations and master power. Wonderment, masculine and feminine, healing and flow. And they're cleansing the cortex of the connection of the twin flames. So the telepathic line and understanding. And they're also cleansing the heart connection. And I'm going to start solidifying all of this healing that we have done today of togetherness, of love, of clarity, support, path alignment, higher self connection, activations of the divine masculine and feminine, all united, anchored into one. This beautiful bubble of nectar, of amber light, just warm and comforting and soothing and connecting, holding it all in and all together. So much love in this healing. We're going to leave the energy of malachite deep into that vortex of the heart. And then where I removed all of that shadow out of the back, the pain has gone. So we are putting this amber nectar where that energetic tear was, where the energy got in. So we removed it same way it came in. And now we're healing and closing off that energetic hole. It's on the back side of the solar plexus, and I can feel it as I'm healing it on my back. It was actually quite painful for a moment. It was really hard to breathe into. So that was a very big trauma release. Very big shadow component gone with this moon. I'm telling you, it was big. And then with the Incas and the Mayans with this moon was quite big. It was quite large for shadow releasing. If you align to it, it's magnificent. So I'm really healing the backside there where that hole is and was. It's got this beautiful amber nectar, like honey, just solidifying it and sealing it. And then like this blue and white, beautiful light and pink light. And then this bubble of mirrors all around, but also some armor around our solar plexus and our heart. And then making sure we are nice and grounded. So a very clear sphere of light coming all the way through you, into the ground, into the earth, through the water layer and into the crystalline grid, and then down into the core. In a little bit, we might be kicked out of the core because of expansion, but for right now, we can definitely ground to the core. Also, those activations are like DNA going down into the wrists. So even when I did the segment and horse healing, we had like those bracelets and stuff. So this is multiple layers. I see that too. It's like the connection of God, the power of God returned. But I'm feeling some pain in my arm here. So I'm just going to heal all of that within all of us. The pain of separation mending. I felt that within the heart too. And then I'm putting a little bit of like an amethyst light into the third eye. And I'm going to make sure it's nice and open to that light. Connecting the mind through love. That's what I'm hearing. Connecting all minds through love. Heart-centered, balanced focus. Clarity of the calm structure of the mind. The true state of being, where we should get back to eventually. As a collective oneness. So I want you now to just kind of focusing on your feet and the earth. As I'm starting to end out this healing, I want you to reconnect to the presence of the earth, of your feet. I'm making sure that there's no more openings, right? So as I was doing the healing, I had you wide open. I need to kind of close down the energetic vortex, but to also anchor into this healing, but to not allow any distractions or any energies of unwanted nature to come in. So we're putting like this bubble around you that kind of lessens the beaming light, right? Don't mess with me kind of a thing, just calming your energy, calming your presence to keep you protected and safe and one with yourself. And then putting up a barrier so that no energies can kind of break in to distract or mess with you in this vulnerable state. So you will process all healing that has been done. All activations, these were quite deep. very profound highlight, very high frequency light activations, God activations for real. So to be kind to yourself, okay? Multiple symptoms can rise. Just whatever it is, drink lots of water. Make sure what you're putting in your body is nurturing. Beware of medications and things like that. And just watch the frequency of your vessel. And then I'm ending it by putting like this golden light above your head. It's a very beautiful yellowish golden light, and it's going to stay there to help you receive these incoming energies that are here, but they're also going to come in another big wave. So this light, this bubble of light is going to help protect you from harm, but help you to absorb these high frequency energies that are about to come in even more on top of the ones that are already coming in. So I'm going to start removing my energy from all of you. Starting to disconnect what is mine and give you what is yours. So I just kind of want you breathing into your body again. Take another deep breath and release. Feel the earth around you. Bring yourself into your present space and time. Whatever you hear, you can bring your auditory vortex into the here and the now, into your environment. You can touch your hair, touch your arms. You can start to wiggle your feet and wiggle your hands and your fingers. As I'm making sure that you are anchored within. You're not out in the ethereal. I'm making sure you're nice and calm and anchored within. This is expansive activations and healing. So there was a moment where I felt extremely dizzy. So I'm making sure that you are here. You are here in this present moment in time, wherever you're at, whatever time it is for you, you are there. Nice and calm, and I'm anchoring you in deeply to the earth. So just slowly draw your focus through your body until you feel ready to open your eyes and be present. And you can slowly just move, breathing, feeling. And the angels are going to help you adjust to those healings, to help you ride the wave of the changes, to help you integrate the activations, because it takes time of processing. They are very real. So you could go through emotional healing, releasing. You could feel wonky. You could feel very tired. You can even feel like waves of energy. Whatever it is, just keep yourself in balance the best that you can. Lots of water. Ooh. I'm so dizzy. I'm coming out of that so dizzy. Like, what the heck? That was awesome. I feel so dizzy, Lisa. Oh my gosh. I'm literally like spinning. I was not here. I don't know where I was. Whoa. That was deeper. You guys, that shadow component was painful. Whatever was in the backside was so painful. Like, I've got tears in my eyes. It was hard to breathe through for a second there. Wow. That was awesome. Hello. I'm so glad you guys are receiving that. Roger's like, I even feel that. Oh, yeah. I hope you do. Do it again and again if you need to. I did not realize that was going to remove a shadow component of this moon. Everything that there's been a lot of shadow components being healed from this moon. That was quite deep. Um, so there was some resistance there. I love it. I love it because you pushed through it. But yeah, no, there's a lot of resistance to these healings lately because they're big, they're good, they're important. They all are, but these have to deal with that, obviously, that shadow of the moon. Very beautiful, very profound. And on the DM side, and then into the feminine side, the activations, that was so beautiful. Woo, I felt a lot too, especially with that shadow when we got into the heart and then into the solar plexus. Oh, and in the crown and the third eye. Like I felt it all. Woo. Yes. It was beautiful. So yeah, do it again if you want to, but give yourself a little time before you do. But anytime you do these, you'll take them deeper and deeper. They're never a one and done either. So when you do them, please ground before you drive or anything, because I feel super wonky. Oh, yeah. Oh, Roger, I hope you did this healing too, because that was a big masculine component shadow. I'm just so dizzy. And again, you guys, this was for everybody. This was not just for twin flames. So I hope I said that enough throughout and everybody receives this. But you can tell it was twin flame based. That was big shadow components of what happened. Very big releasing. Very much so. So whatever happens for you, please be kind to yourself. Drink lots of water. An awakening can feel rough sometimes too. Oh my gosh, yeah. That back pain was awful. That was awful. Very awful. I did not like that at all. It hurt. But when it released, it felt much better. That was it like was in my bones. I did not like that. But it was necessary. That was necessary for sure. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for it. I love it when I don't know what's coming and then those amazing things come. It just always makes my day. But I hope you guys just be kind to yourself, please. Nurture yourself with higher vibrational foods right now with this shift in energies. Foods and what we eat, we're so toxic. And so it's really important to just kind of pay attention. It's not our fault, it's what they gave us, and so just do your best to navigate to healthy things. Yeah, and make sure lots of self-care, salt baths, get some sunlight if you can. Literal physical sunlight on your body if you can. If not, just feel the warmth in your mind's eye. What else? Let's see here. Orange foods would support you right now with this healing. So carrots, arugula. They're saying a little bit of oranges, but not too many because the pH, the acidic, is high, and it might hurt a little bit until you feel better and adjusted. Drink lots of water, especially alkaline water. Avoid too much salt in your diet, but you want some. So just a balance of salt within your diet will help. What else? Ginger and garlic, things like that. Chamomile tea, honey. Any of those things will help support you. Vitamin C, keratin, I'm hearing, will also help. So keratin, whatever we get that through, you can heighten that. Other than that, you'll be all right. If it causes an awakening within you, ride the wave. Make sure you take lots of notes. You're not alone. Strange things can happen, and it can feel very uncomfortable in an awakening sometimes. Our whole world can just feel wonky. Sometimes it feels like you just splat on the ground a little bit, but it's all temporary. When we go into these deep emotional releases too, you might feel really great for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's a wave of deep releasing. So just please let them out. Do not hold back any emotions that might rise from this healing. Because when I was in that heart space, I felt like I was weeping. So there might be some deep emotional release for some. Okay. So if that's the case, just give yourself time. You've got to let yourself sit with those, to let them feel free to flow. So find a way. Okay. If there's a will, there's a way. Find a bathroom to hide in. Just find yourself a little space and time when you can to let those emotions flow. When you do cry, drink lots more water because it's also dehydrating. Okay. But just sometimes we gotta do it. It is what it is. I like to release through painting. I'm not necessarily a painter until I had my awakening, because it is a very great way to release and flow. You can do colors and it just flows. So if you need like a release of anger and things like that, that's one really good way. Screaming into a pillow. We got to release somehow, but do it in a way to not hurt yourself. Okay. But let them flow, let them out, shake them out, release them, and set yourself free. There's a lot of power hidden in the shadows. This healing we called power back. We healed a very deep shadow, very much so high vibrational activations. So just ride the wave. It can cause that dark night of the soul to rise. Everything temporary. Keep your thoughts positive, because you are creating your reality. Okay. Sure, Roger. I also asked you, what was your experience with that healing for the lesion? What was it, Roger? What was your experience? Fill me in, and then maybe a quick message, and we'll end this one out. So you said you did the healing for the lesion, right? Taking it out of the collective shadow for you. How did that go? I would love to hear your experience with it, what you thought of it. What was your favorite part of it? Was there a part in it that blew your mind with the lesion healing, Roger? Otherwise, yeah, we can probably do that next time too. This healing did go a little bit over in time, but they always do. I never put a time limit on things. Aw, Amy says, I like to paint and listen to the healing music, because I do Hertz music too for all of this. And it usually brings tears and happiness all at once. I love it. Yes, it's a great way to flow, because what you do when you're painting, and you don't have to be an artist, nobody has to see it, but this is why I do artist workshops too. I'll do painting workshops for release. Because it's a really great way to get out of your head, but you're also using both sides of the hemispheres of the brain. And so it's the hand-eye coordination, but you're not necessarily in your thought process. You go deeper into your emotions in that way. So you kind of go into your body and you're letting it flow. And it can be a great way to release lots of things. You can release anger and emotions and tears and happiness, but then also to unblock the creative flow. So we all have a creative flow, because that's the new earth, heart-centered. And if you're not heart-centered, we're out of balance, and that just doesn't match the new earth. So it helps to be there. We all have some form of creativity, even if it's not painting. It might be drawing, it might be woodwork, it might be something. And so it clears the path of creativity, whether you're a painter or not. I use painting to do it. So it's pretty cool. And then you realize you might actually be good at it. I don't know. I never thought I could paint. I'm a drawer. So my new deck of cards, I drew them. But ever since my awakening, I've been painting, and it's getting better and better. The one up here I painted when I took us into 7D. They channeled it through. This one I did not do. This one somebody else did when they did a reading on me before I had done the work. And so we didn't know what it meant at the time, but all the work I did is actually in there. This tree down here I did. So there's a few I've done on the path. But what's really cool is they're also depictions of the Return of Christ work. So it's pretty cool. Painting is a really good way to release in spiritual healing, whether you're a painter or not. And then to look back on them, to tell a story, it's pretty cool. See, Lisa says, I truly enjoy painting. Never painted before my awakening. Right? I know. I was not a big painter until I had the awakening, and then I saw to do it. So anytime I do those painting workshops, it's not because we're painting artists. It's to release the path of creativity. A lot of old emotions coming up. Well, you got to be able to tell me your favorite part and what your experience was with the healing. What happened in that healing? Because there's some return of Christ work in there, and I want to see what you heard. Because, when anybody else does it, they've got experiences to tell. So what's yours? When you truly do the work and the healings, you're like, whoa, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Do it again. A lot of old emotions should come up for sure. Ones you didn't even know you had, right? And so that's one of these things about these healings. Heck yeah. So that's the thing, is you can't see me until you can see me. And Lisa can vouch for that. Amy, all of them on the path can vouch for that. Is I just seem, one way until you do all the healings. And then the more healing in the shadow you release, the more you can see. Yeah, I was confused on that too, Lisa. I wasn't sure if he said he did it 5 times. I don't think so. I think he's like, it's been 5 days now since I did the healing. I don't know if he did it or not, honestly. I'm like, maybe a little, but I feel like there's still some resistance there. There's major resistance in the heart space, and it does spark fear. And I can see that, Roger. So keep diving into that, even when it's uncomfortable. Okay. You got to keep diving into it, even when it's uncomfortable, Roger. And you also need to watch judgments. So judgments in every way. Never have judgments on anything that's happening at any given moment. Okay. Aww. That's sweet. So the deck I pulled for you, Roger, is messages from our loved ones. I channel the guides through them, but it helps to channel your loved ones too. I don't need them, but I like it. It just helps that connection. I know a few of the girls from my path have this deck. This was my very first deck that I did. It's really great for self-guidance, but connecting with any of our guides, but especially our loved ones. Because I know you're definitely craving that connection. Oh no, Lisa, he says he did do it 5 times. Holy shit, totally. So what was the healing like after that? Did it kick your butt? How did it feel? Lisa says she uses this deck almost daily. I love this deck. It is a really good one. It's nothing compared to my new deck. I was like, dang, I've gone up in my art. see what these painting workshops do? The releasing your creative vortex does. Holy moly. All right. Okay, Roger. Your message is what I was already saying. I was channeling it a little bit, so I'm kind of forgetting. Hang on. Let me go back in. Oh, so there is a judgment vortex. So be careful with anything that comes up that you're not judging. We don't see that we do it all the time. It's very easy to do that because the energy of God is true unconditional love. So do your best to just be present, to not make assumptions about what's happening. It's hard. It's even hard for me sometimes. So just make sure that we take everything to a form of healing and love. Okay. There's a lot of healing, Roger. It's never a one and done, but that's going to start a path for you. Okay. So I want you to keep a journal as well. And I would rather you write things down a lot, because that is a really good way to get full circle moments. Okay. When things happen and things amaze you and things come up and you don't understand them, or you want to look further into them, write it down, right? Oh my gosh, this bird wouldn't stop following me today. Or, oh my gosh, I kept saying 111. I saw it 12 times today. Whatever it is, just write it down. Keep a journal of understanding. Okay. A journal of reflection. Okay, Roger, are you hearing me? Yep, Lisa says, I have countless journals. I do too. Even from when I was doing my first healings, and I was looking back at those the other day going, whoa, my healings were crazy when I first awoken, I wasn't doing stuff to the earth first. It was people. I just started doing these healings. Nobody taught me. It was just in me. You're talking Parkinson's disease to heart stuff, a heart machine, like seizures. It was crazy. Well, what I'm going to tell you, Roger, is don't take it lightly. When you do these healings, your shadow is going to come up. Okay. So it's going to play out. What these healings do is they especially draw your karma to the surface. All right. So any collective shadow, personal shadow, karmic type stuff within religion or within judgment is what I'm hearing for you. That is a religious tie, very big one. Make sure to not reflect that towards yourself or to anybody else. Make sure that no matter what you do, you choose love, unconditional love. All right. Do not let wrath get the best of you. If anything tries to nudge at you or pick at you or poke at you, reflect love. Those are a challenge, but these are the testaments hidden in disguise. Okay. And just like I told you, you need a journal. You need to look for the signs. So this is one says, stop, look for the signs. Okay. And everything around you, the universe will be talking to you, especially since you entered the path. When you do the work with me, you enter a whole different path. Okay. That's why some people will avoid the path to righteousness, because they want to take their time with change or whatever the case may be. But you are on a path of change. You are on a path of lessons. You are on a path of spiritual communication. Okay, Roger, are you hearing me? So you need to make sure you are looking for the signs. And that's why I said you need a journal. Yep, absolutely. So I hope you're hearing my message, okay? Because these are your next steps. So you need a journal, you need to self-reflect, and you need to look for the communications of the universe. The world around you, God, the universe communicates in many ways. Now, remember when I said that the universe is within you, all the elements, animals, she will talk to you in many different ways. It depends on how you are open to receiving and reflect the world around you. So make sure you're just paying attention. When things come up, don't necessarily question them. Acknowledge them, write them down, and start to understand the way the world communicates with you. Are you hearing me? Because anything is possible. So why not your wishes and dreams too? Okay, this one's coming up for you. So I love this picture, right? The pot of the gold at the end of the rainbow that they say doesn't really exist, but it exists within you. So your worth determines your outcome. Be careful with that. There's just a little bit of ego in there, and there's a little bit of judgment in that comment. So I'm glad your mind is open, but there's still a lot of to break through. There's still a lot to break through. So the moment you think there's not, there can be trouble. No, just keep going though. Okay. Since your mind is open, this is what they're telling you to do now is stop and pay attention to the communications of the universe, the world around you, the signs. Okay. And realize that anything is possible. So make sure that your worth does not go on the wayside. Owning your sovereignty, your power, your free will, but also that your wishes matter too. There you go. Beautiful. So that's what I'm talking about. You need to pay attention to the signs, write them down because they mean many things. When they come, pay attention to what you're thinking about, what you might be asking about. They all have a baseline meaning, but it goes deeper than that. And I talk about that a lot. Okay. That's a baseline level of communication. So if you start to pay attention, you think them, you write them down, and you can take it deeper. The unbelievable always comes through. Okay. So you have the unbelievable always comes through, and anything is possible. Okay. So you need to stop, slow down in your environment, pay attention to the world around you because lessons are unfolding. And each time you pay attention, you learn, you recognize, you're going to take it a step further. You will rise more in the ascension. That's what ascension means. I rise more in vibration. I let go of more and I heal more and I rise more in vibration. The more I rise, the more I ascend. The more I ascend, the more I connect to God. It's all the same. Okay. Did you get all that? Got to stop, collaborate, and listen. Pay attention to the world around you. Okay. anything is possible. Anything. So negative thoughts you will create just as much as you create positive ones. Do not let the world fool you. Okay. You need to keep your thoughts positive, keep your vibration high. Listen to the nudges of your tummy, your gut, your solar plexus. All right. Pay attention to the universe communications and keep taking it deeper. So you are on a spiritual path and you need to soak up everything as a lesson. Like, what am I learning? What can I learn here? What can I gain here? What am I seeing? What's happening? Okay. What I'm hearing from your mother is you need to trust change. She says you don't like change. You don't like change. You like your cycles. You like your comfort zone. You like your routines. And she says you're going to have to break out of routines. This is going to be a whole entire year of undoing routines. So you're going to have to find new routines, new comfort zones as you go. And that's what she is saying. She is saying be open to possibilities. Don't limit yourself by fear of the unknown. Okay. You're very much so a creature of habit. Like, you like your comfort, like, the safety, your comfort zone, routine. You're very much so a routine getter. You like a routine. And she's saying you need to expand your routine. It needs to change. Are you hearing me? This is from your mother, Roger. Your routine needs to change. Okay. You're going to be uncomfortable, but you're going to have to keep going when you're uncomfortable. You're going to have to keep expanding when you feel vulnerable. Okay. And don't worry so much about what others say and do. Worry about you. That's what your mother is saying. Cry to feel laughter again. You see these guys? These are like emotions coming out. You've just unleashed the emotions. Cry to feel laughter again. So there's deep releasing still needed. Okay. So don't stop that. Don't stop the emotions from coming. But your mother is saying that you have to let go of familiarity. It's like this very strong hold on what's familiar. And she says you can't do that. You need to feel comfortable in the uncomfortable. You need to feel comfortable in the vulnerable. And you need to feel comfortable in ways and things and places you've never seen before. Okay, did you get all that? And Lisa has great recommendation. So she says that when you do the healings, do them for the healing, but then listen to understand them, not for the healing. Then you'll know better what took place, because when you heal in them, it's one thing and you do miss things. It is so layered and deep. Yep. Yep. So Lisa says she always does the healings twice at least and comes back and then journals them. And it's been incredibly helpful because there's so much said in them. They're extremely deep, but they're also vast. They're very vast and complex. And I hope you heard the message, Roger. You got one from your mother and just your guides in general and the universe. So there was your message, and there was a beautiful healing that I hope multiple people received. Again, this was for everybody. These were huge shadow components. And every healing I do is never a one and done. 2, 2, 2, 2, lots of twos right now. Never a one and done. It continues healing as long as you continue riding the wave. And you can always go back and do them again for a whole nother layer and a whole nother experience. Yeah. And I always, like Lisa said, is when I do these, they're channeled. They're in real moments in time. I never know what's coming, and they can take us to places that are very subconscious in nature. So it does help to do them more than once, even just to watch them, to hear it, to see what occurred, because then you can take the understanding of what's happening to you further, because they're very real. They're true healings. They keep releasing in the layers in which that I drew them out in. Okay, so pay attention to your body, your surroundings, and just take it easy. Focus on love. Anything that happens, love, focus. Okay. All right. Roger, did you hear the whole message I gave you? I hope so. On that note, we'll probably end it for today. I loved providing this healing. Yeah, and the hand-eye coordination, just like I do with the creative release paintings. Whenever you activate writing things down, it does stick it into your memory for sure. Yeah. And channel writing, there's a purpose. It comes through that way too. So yeah, there's a big connection there, Lisa. Very good. This was fun. I want to do these more often too, but on my Healing Light Movement channel, I think I'm going to integrate more of these type of healings for a little while. And then maybe fluctuate back and forth from the actual movement exercises later on. So keep your eyes open there if you want more healings like this. I will do them once a week on Tuesdays there too. Okay. And I just did one on Facebook. So I've been trying to provide a lot healings for free. If you're following my avenues. Okay. I'm here to help. I didn't just bring in crazy energies. I'm here to help you receive them. Okay. That's my goal. So love you guys lots. Take it easy on yourself. Keep following the path. Let love be your guide, because whenever you work with me, the shadow will always try to stop you. So just let love be your guide. Stay in strength and keep going. Okay. So much love to all of you. I love the message. Let's own our sovereignty. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. For those who stayed the whole entire time, got the healing. Yeah, it is what it is. Roger, I hope you got your whole message. And just keep going. Okay. There's no time but time to heal. That's what we need to be doing. You're so welcome. Anytime we say, I don't have time to watch these videos or to heal, that's wrong. There's always time, especially for healing, especially for the ascension. That's all the time we need. That's what we need to do, right? So focus on that. Keep focusing on it. Keep rising above. Keep ascending through love. Till next time, my friends. Have a beautiful Sunday. Woohoo! Bye.